It seems that now His Excellency Turkey Ali Sheikh, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul.
An incredible fight and bring it to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
It is not something to surprise on. We have a lot to fight.
Jake Paul has reportedly canceled his unofficial rematch with Mike Tyson, and honestly, are we surprised? Tyson was allegedly offered a staggering $700 million for the fight, but he backed out, fueling claims that dodging real competition is becoming a pattern. This all comes after their first highly hyped scripted fight, which left fans eager to see Tyson return and knock Jake out, especially with such a massive payday at stake. Considering the first fight only brought in around $20 million, jumping to a $700 million deal sounds almost unreal. But why face tough opponents when you can avoid them for the right price? It's a move that raises eyebrows.
For Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul. And it's all coming from.
Many see this as another flashy cash grab, questioning the fight's authenticity. Once trust is lost, there's no return. Here's how experts once introduced Mike Tyson in his prime.
It was like, people don't understand what a champ he was. Like, he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an executioner.
Many are still willing to give Tyson a second chance, but the YouTube star turned boxer, Jake Paul, has pulled the plug on what could have been the year's most talked about rematch. And no, this isn't about strategy or scheduling conflicts. The drama runs deeper, messier, and far more entertaining than that.
Tyson-Jake fight, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's amazing they got paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah, I think that's what I'd heard.
The rematch offer came from a Saudi billionaire who, as a longtime admirer of Mike Tyson, was ready to throw a staggering $700 million on the table. The only catch, Tyson had to win. But if you think this was about honoring Tyson's legacy or giving him a shot at redemption, think again. Tyson has lost much of the respect he once commanded, and this entire spectacle only highlights that. It's no longer about boxing. It's about who's willing to pay to watch a former legend play along. The billionaire even mocked Tyson's past, referencing one of his infamous scripted losses and implying that if he could lose for money, surely he could win for it too. The drama speaks volumes about the state of modern boxing. Stay tuned by jabbing the like button and delivering an uppercut to the subscribe button.
Now, His Excellency Turkey Ali Sheikh, he wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul.
So how does Jake Paul respond to all this chaos? He taps out quicker than a rookie in an MMA octagon. Stick around as I break it all down.
Boxer?
A legitimate boxer, yes. People mocked me when I was saying that before, but now I think people are coming around.
The wild card in this saga is a Saudi billionaire who decided boxing needed his personal twist of chaos. He didn't just offer $700 million as a prize. It was a challenge. His condition: Mike Tyson had to win, but not just any win. It had to bury the shadow of Tyson's infamous alleged scripted loss, which once sparked debates about boxing's authenticity. This billionaire wasn't just a spectator sipping tea. He poured the entire kettle onto Tyson, stirring up drama and turning the fight into a spectacle of pride and legacy.
When he gave me $10 million, or else I would have knocked him the
Jake Paul has crafted his boxing career through calculated moves, hand-picked opponents, and a flair for drama. His fights aren't about pure boxing skill, but about selling a story. Jake isn't stepping into the ring for blood, sweat, or legacy. He's there to win, expand his brand, and stay in the spotlight. When Tyson suddenly became a genuine threat, Jake's game plan fell apart. A 57-year-old Tyson, driven by $700 million and a bruised ego, was no longer the friendly sparring partner Jake faced before.
Mike. Excellent, Mike.
Jake knew what everyone else did. Tyson could still throw punches strong enough to flatten a brick wall. This wasn't a YouTuber or an MMA fighter dabbling in boxing. This was Iron Mike Tyson, the man who once ended fights in seconds. Jake isn't clueless. He saw the writing on the wall. A rematch wasn't just risky. It could have been career suicide.
Incredible fight and bring it to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
It is not something to surprise on. We have a lot to fight before, and in the kingdom, we are focusing in.
Let's not cast Tyson as a helpless victim in this saga. Sure, the billionaire's taunts were ruthless, but Tyson is no stranger to controversy. He's been labeled everything from a boxing genius to a showman. Still, this billionaire took it to another level.
It's about this.
You're just a big fight fan.
Yeah.
You love boxing.
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Where did that come from?
From the youngest generation.
By mocking Tyson's alleged scripted loss, the billionaire struck a nerve. For Tyson, this rematch wasn't just about money or fame. It was personal. It became a chance to prove that, even at 57, he's nobody's puppet.
Offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul.
Tyson knew the game. A win against Jake Paul wouldn't silence critics entirely. Whispers like, oh, he just beat a YouTuber would still linger, but a loss? That would be an unthinkable blow to his legacy. Still, $700 million was a tempting way to quiet the doubters. Tyson was ready to step into the ring. The real question was Jake?
In the time where he was champion, like the 2 or 3 years where he was at his best, he's the greatest fighter of all time.
Of all time.
Jake Paul thrives in controlled chaos, where every move is deliberate and every fight carefully chosen to boost his chances of winning. But this time, the chaos spun out of his control, leaving him vulnerable.
I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's...
First, the billionaire's offer transformed a playful rematch into a high-stakes fight. Then came the media storm, with critics doubting Jake's ability to hold his own against a motivated and determined Tyson.
These guys, Jake needs Tyson and needs all these other people because everybody's going to tune in to hope that Mike Tyson...
Jake's brand hinges on one key element, winning. A loss to Tyson, especially in a fight not on his terms, would have demolished his meticulously crafted image. Adding to the tension was the billionaire's involvement, not just a financial twist, but a psychological grenade. The insinuation that Tyson could be bought only raised the stakes. If Tyson stepped into the ring fueled by pride and $700 million, Jake knew there was no room for his usual antics. This was a fight he couldn't afford to gamble on.
Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous? Yeah.
This debacle isn't just a feud between a YouTuber and a retired legend. It's a reflection of what boxing is becoming. A circus where billionaires, influencers, and scripted drama take center stage over the actual sport.
Speed today. He definitely is looking like a animal.
The Saudi billionaire's $700 million offer might have seemed like a playful twist, but it exposed boxing's dark side. When money steals the spotlight, the sport's essence, grit, skill, and passion fades into the background.
Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous? Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed.
For Jake Paul, this shift was ideal. He's not about boxing tradition. He's about entertainment. For Tyson, it's more complicated. As a symbol of boxing's golden era, he now finds himself entangled in its new, money-driven reality. Jake's decision to cancel the rematch will spark endless debate. Was it a strategic retreat, a savvy business move, or simply driven by fear?
It wasn't Jake Paul. If he wasn't this YouTube guy, if he was just a boxer, and you see a boxer knock out the former UFC welterweight champion, not just the former, but one of the best ever, knock him out with one punch like that, you're like, oh man. Have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's fucking for real. Because nothing about watching him fight screams like he's in over his head. If he wasn't that big YouTube star, you'd be like, that dude's got...
On one hand, you can't blame Jake. Facing Tyson under these conditions was a nightmare scenario. On the other hand, canceling the fight makes him look less like a fighter and more like a showman avoiding real competition.
Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights were You wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody.
This isn't new for Jake. His career has always been about controlling the narrative. By walking away, he'd avoided the risk of losing and ensured his brand stayed intact, unharmed by defeat.
Devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, like gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. This opportunity has been ripped from all of us, but I do value Mike's health first and foremost.
Mike Tyson, meanwhile, isn't fading from the spotlight. The billionaire's challenge has reignited interest, leaving fans eager to see his next move. Will he face another opponent? Could the $700 million offer spark a different kind of fight? One thing's certain, Tyson doesn't need Jake Paul. His legacy is unshakable. Whether he steps into the ring again or not, he'll always be remembered as the indomitable Iron Mike.
We're getting ready for you.
At the end of the day, Jake Paul canceling the rematch with Mike Tyson isn't just about boxing. It's a reflection of the sport's trajectory. Billionaires tossing money, influencers chasing clout, and legends pulled into spectacles dominate the scene. It's undeniably entertaining, but the question remains, is this really boxing?
That Mike Tyson from Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul. Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not gonna.
For Jake, the decision was straightforward: self-preservation. For Tyson, it became another chapter in a career marked by highs and lows. For everyone else, it's a reminder that modern boxing isn't just about the punches. It's about making headlines.
Harry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody.
Jake Paul has canceled his rematch with Mike Tyson, and while the decision might make sense for him, it's a letdown for those craving a real fight. The drama, money, and egos are entertaining, but at what cost? For now, the rematch is off, but the conversation isn't over.